In a wide field, of green grass and shade of the leafy trees, the Violetta mare ran and ran, a very cheerful mare, with a long tail adorned with flowers that she gathered at the foot of the hill. One day, in one of her long walks, the Violetta mare rode with great grace, showing off her beautiful tail, turned and ran with great speed, admired by everyone around her. Violetta ran faster and faster, until suddenly a cry of pain was heard. Ai, how painful. Ai, Violetta gave a sudden break and her gaze went to where the pain came from. To her surprise, she saw a sore worm near the edge of the road. She quickly approached the worm and said, "Oh worm, I have not seen you in my walk, I'm so sorry. It was not my intention to hurt you, how can I help you?" asked the Violetta mare. Little by little everyone present was approaching. The cow Anastasia, the dog Gabriel, Susu the crocodile, and a strange bluebird, unknown to those present. It was a bird with a plumage of such an intense blue that it stood out on the green of the grass that grew there, large eyes and a fine, delicate beak, seemed molded by a sculptor. The cow Anastasia, very upset, screamed for help to help the wounded worm. Help, help, relief. Relief, a wounded worm on the road, somebody do something, moo moo moo. The dog Gabriel, on her part, tried to calm her down. Calm Anastasia, your screams are worse than the wounds of the worm. Wow, wow. The bluebird with a slow flight descended from the tree where it was, dazzling everyone with its beautiful plumage. Make way please, I beg. I'll examine the worm. Who are you? Asked the violet mare. She had not seen him around here. My name is Gabardine, but you can just tell me Din. I am a bird with magical powers and I can help the worm, which you ran over. Violetta dissenting, replied. It was an accident, everyone saw that it was an accident. They all murmured, but Susu, the crocodile, as an old sage, approached and said, "Stop talking so much and let's help the worm." Those present were clearing the place and gave way to old Susu, who fixed his glasses and exclaimed, "Poor worm. He can't even speak anymore." They all regretted the situation. Violetta, disturbed by such observation of old Susu, approached the tile and asked him to help the worm with her magic. The tile, very calm, asked those present to make a circle around the wounded worm to start his magic. They all agreed and did what Din told them to do. When everyone was in the agreed position, Din prepared to start his magic, opened a wing and there he took out a briefcase covered with precious stones, carefully placed it next to the wounded worm and proceeded to open it. Everyone was amazed at what his eyes could watch. From the briefcase he extracted a brown cape, a deep black hat, and a wand that gleamed in the sunlight. Din put on his cape and hat and held his wand very subtly. All the animals in that place were perplexed, since they had never seen a magician, much less an act of magic. Violetta was still restless and Anastasia was speechless. She asked those present to clap to the count of 3 to -1, -2, -3. The applause began. Plus 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 plus. Gabardine spun in the air and at the count of 3. 2. 1. The rays of the sun made the precious stones in the briefcase shine in such a way that he left everyone blinded by the light. Din said the magic words, "Peririti Piraret Cataplax Cataplix Macani Macanete." Let this worm wake up and talk like a big-mouthed parrot. The aching worm healed in one go, got up and, to everyone's surprise, spoke as much as a talker. He explained that he was distracted on the way and did not rush so that the mare did not crush him, and because he was so shy he did not speak. Violet was whinnying with happiness. The worm was fine and the tile had amazed everyone out there. Anastasia screamed again. and Gabriel the dog let her enjoy the novelty of magic and the joy of having her friend, the worm, alive and well. Gabardine felt fulfilled. He was a very presumptuous bird. He did not need to brag about his talents, as there were plenty of occasions to use them and for everyone around him to admire his power and magic. The very grateful worm invited Din to stay for a few days in the village, to pay him attention for his kindness in saving him. Violetta agreed. The tile accepted, and in a caravan they all went to the town. While there, Violetta proposed to have a party to celebrate the life of the worm and the magic of Din. In the town, everyone adorned the square to start the party. Little by little they were integrated, and just when the night was darkest the musical touch began. The tile enjoyed with joy that sea. Celebration in the company of Violet and the worm. Between dancing and laughing, Gabardine unleashed his magic and made the trees light up in different colors. He made a dance floor from the square. He made a waterfall from the fountain, and from the few snacks that remained a great feast. The party went on until dawn. All the inhabitants of the village were tired, and as soon as the music was turned off they fell asleep. Violetta asked Din to stay at her house, which was spacious, cool and in the middle of the village, close to everyone. The worm joined them when Gabardine told them, "For me it has been a wonderful party, but I must continue on my way. I am the one who is grateful to all of you. They are kind, generous and very close." Violetta said, "Sleep a bit before continuing, it will do you good." The worm agreed. Gabardine smiled and said, "I have already slept, I have even dreamed. You have done it too." Everyone slept, and the raincoat, using his magic, returned the village to normal. Made the rain fall, and with those drops gave them a dose of forgetting what they had experienced. It was almost noon. When everyone was waking up, they did not remember the magic lived with Gabardine. But they had had a dream full of magic. Violet and the worm did not remember what they had experienced either. They only remembered that they had dreamed of a magic tile. When they looked out of their window they found a nice surprise. Among the trees they saw the flight of a tile, and with flight some words were drawn. Dreams are the most beautiful gift of our imagination.